Hello and welcome. My name is Kevin Miles, and I'm excited to share with you the things that I've been investigating. Now, I'm a wellness educator, and I've been in the wellness field for about 10 years, so I've got some momentum going, we'll say. Now, recently, I've been reading this book called Into the Light. Now, I'm only a couple of chapters in, but the premise alone, and I can say that's about as far as I've gotten, is really enough to say, okay, there's something here. There's something in our world that has been tried and true and proven since the 1930s. This is in medical journals. It's in places. So what this leads me to be aware of is that the tool that I just purchased a few weeks ago, this lightsaber, it's not a lightsaber, is actually something that our world needs badly. And its power is underestimated. Now, you may think, what is this guy talking about a lightsaber for? This is actually a biotransducer. So I went to the Tennant Institute down in Texas a couple of weeks ago for a training, where I learned interesting things, but mostly I experienced something very fascinating. When I used this scalar wave energy tool on my body, particularly one spot that I had a scar in, right above my eye here from a frisbee golf accident. Yeah, don't ask. So I used it on my eye, and normally that scar would tug all the time. Now, I know because of my investigation into scars and body work and tissue and fascia and piezoelectric qualities of the body that there's an imbalance there, and I was hoping to get to it at some point. But the ways that I know how to use oils or red light therapy don't really lend themselves very well around the eyes and the tissue in there. They're kind of dangerous. You can't put carrot seed oil or wheat germ oil on your eye because it's such a sensitive organ. This tool, on the other hand, my first day at the conference, they let us borrow some to try out. I used it. I slept hard the next night, and I woke up the next day and I was like, my eyebrow has full range of motion and there's no tugging happening in my eye. That alone was eye-opening. So with this tool, the premise of this wellness therapy is that our blood communicates through light. We all know that nerves carry electricity, but when we look at electricity and light and things like that, there are different frequencies, and light and frequency operates to our eyes like a rainbow in different gradients. So how you use different frequencies does impact what happens. When you get a scalar wave tool, which goes a different direction than EM waves go one way and the scalar waves go a different way. Scalar waves pass through our guards, so to speak. And that can be unhelpful or very helpful. For instance, Faraday cages. If you put a sensor inside a Faraday cage and you use a scalar wave energy tool to activate the sensor inside the Faraday cage, it will activate because the Faraday cage does not prevent it from passing through. Now, if you think of the piezoelectric tissues in our body, namely muscles and fascia, other things to be included, but fascia and scar and the relationships of those and how they transmit electricity or inhibit the electric flow, the microtesla, the microcurrent, if you will, of our bodies, there are difficulties that we experience. This bypasses those. Now, when you are getting into scalar wave technology, there are tools out there that just give you the kitchen sink. And that seems great that you can just take a pile of vitamins, so to speak, energetically, all at once. But at the same time, your body may not appreciate what that is doing to you. It may be starting something that your body's not ready for. And this tool is gentle enough and harmonized with the body in ways that I guess I can't speak directly to, because I'm not part of the proprietary team that's privy to the information behind it. So go ahead and ask the creators. But this tool does not seem to bring me out of sorts, or other people out of sorts that I've experienced. Now, it does unlock some emotion that can be caught in scar tissue. We'll get into that when we talk about body code and emotion code and scar tissues. So if you have a life or death experience, say a birthing experience where your baby can't come out and you have to get a C-section and you both almost die, and you use this on your scar tissue, you may suddenly realize, oh, I feel like I'm going to die. But don't worry, you're not. That's just old emotion trapped. Fascinating, right? Anyway, this tool allows for the organization of your piezoelectric current tissues. Now, if you've got tissue that is hopefully intertwined perfectly, but you experience damage and some of it gets frayed, this tool can help it organize and come flush again and have better conductivity. Scar tissue is an impediment, and this passes through scar tissue, including you can use it on your belly button to activate the system of the body, the embryonic hardwired system through your umbilicus. And I need to give better words to this, so we're just gonna... The important part about this is that once you get the tissues organized and have the polarity corrected by this tool, then when a battery is experiencing its drain on its power, say this is a full battery and it's going down and down and down, it's being used and used and used, when it reaches zero, the battery, its polarity flips. Now this is important because we have batteries inside our bodies. Hence the reason that we carry electromagnetic current all around us. It makes a generated field of about 10 feet, hopefully. Now when these batteries flip their polarity, they cannot be charged. It's like you've got 4 batteries in a charger and 3 of them the right way facing, but one of them is turned around. No good. The others in the series do charge, but the one that doesn't truly doesn't, and the power and voltage in that system begins to drop. And it borrows energy from its neighbors and says, hey, I can't get it. But if we can turn the polarity back on, it can start to charge up again. Isn't that cool? So what that means is that the cells in those areas or in those channels or in those meridian pathways, whatever you want to call them, are able to carry current again. Now that electricity gives the cells around them charge. When those cells are operating at enough energy, they not only heal well, but they can even create new cells with ease that aren't damaged or salvaged or like, we'll try a little bit on making that new thing that we've been wanting to make. No. You get full attention and full creative power from your natural systems. Isn't that